Okay, but let's see what the message is today. Today we are reading from Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle, which is a beautiful deck that really speaks to me. That's one thing about decks, is that they can speak to a lot. They can be, you know, you may be really drawn to one and someone else is not at all drawn to it. Or someone else may be really drawn to one and you're not at all drawn to it. And that's okay. Because, you know, you need to use what resonates with you. It would be like playing an instrument in a band that you don't want to play. You wouldn't dedicate time to playing an instrument you don't want to play. So don't use a deck you don't want to use. Don't read a book you don't want to read. Okay? So for our highest and best only, our message today, the highest and best only, we had some fly out there. Oh, okay. Number 25, mural. Be your own first priority. That's beautiful. That reminds me of, you know, doing those small projects around the house that are going to bring you a lot of joy, but that don't make sense time-wise, you know, like, what if I wanted to paint tiny, tiny daisies around my window? That would take a lot of time, and that might not, you know, be perceived as something worthwhile to do, but if it brings you a lot of joy, if it brings me a lot of joy, that's something very worthwhile to do. It also reminds me of expressing yourself, so doing what is meaningful to you while expressing yourself, taking time for yourself. This specific lady here is working on a mural. Be your own first priority, and we have the numbers 2 and 5 there. Our next card is Thorns. Weave together the crown you deserve. Weave together the crown you deserve, and that's 14. And this reminds me that in the most beautiful thing that you can have, in the place where your dreams come true, in that space, it's very likely that you will have to traverse difficulty to get to that space. And that difficulty is symbolized in the thorns. And that doesn't mean that it's not worth it. It being difficult means that it's difficult. It's still worth it. It's still worth it to weave the crown you deserve. And in that weaving, it might take more time than you want it to. It might be more annoying than you wish it was. Yeah, it might just not be fun at all, but you need to weave the crown that you deserve. Weave the crown that you deserve. So, yeah. And I think it's interesting that we have 1, 4, then it steps up to 2, 5. So we have 1, 2, 4, 5. So it's like boop, boop, boop. It's like evolution. It's like stepping up. Okay. Paint your own mural. Weave the crown that you deserve. That's really beautiful. And I feel like I am getting called to get one more. This one we're going to draw from the Beyond Lumeria Oracle by Izzy Ivy. This oracle has been so fun for me to work with. I feel like this is one that's really resonating with me at this point, at this time. And the other thing is, cards can resonate with you and then not resonate with you. So, yeah, it can absolutely be a thing where they do and then they don't, and that's fine. Like, I have twice now purged cards that no longer resonated with me like they once did. Like my very first deck, which was by Grace Duong, I think is her name. It was the Mystic Tarot, and I loved that deck, and that was the very first deck I had. And still, when I moved from Denver, where I had bought it, I felt like that was a part of my old energy, that was a part of my previous self, and I wanted to let it go. I wanted to release it so that I could move into my new self. So maybe that is important to you somehow. Okay. So okay, we're back. Spirit of my highest and best only, for love only. What is our message for love only and our spirit of our highest and best only? What is the message? Oh, it came out already. There's 3. So number 1, the infinite, 49. 2 is radical expansion, 40, and crystal keys, 22. So this is beautiful because the infinite and this radical expansion and this crystal keys, it's reminding me like you have the information. You have the information to expand because we are infinite, you know? Together we're infinite and we can expand. And so it's about being radical in that expansion. So what does radical mean to you? Maybe it means bigger than you thought. Maybe it means stronger in a way than is easy. It might mean like there's something surprising about it, something shocking about it. It's radical, it's expansive, and it's radical. And you can do that. You have the crystal keys. We are infinite. And so you can engage in this radical expansion. Okay. And something here also is coming up for me around my hands. So I have these beautiful nails on that I got for my friend's wedding, and one fell off when I was dancing, and I was like, it's kind of bothering me because it's not symmetrical, and I kind of like didn't even want to film because I was like, it's not symmetrical, it's not perfect, and we don't have to be perfect. We can expand even when not everything is tied into a nice little present with a bow. You can still expand. So the message for me is we can expand right now. We can expand right now because we are infinite. We contain everything. We contain each other. And that's why we share messages that this is why we share messages that we process. We share messages that we process first for help processing them, and then also because us sharing helps another understand. And there are times to understand from another, and there are times to have your own individual, independent, inner journey. And both of those times are valid, right? 'Tis the season. There is a season for sadness, and there's a season for joy. There is a season for everything. There is a season. So all that being said, you have the keys to be infinite. You might be using tools like crystals, astrology, even religions or a certain practice or creativity or, you know, following certain regimens or even just contemplating or even just being aware or even just opening your eyes to the world, being expansive like that is legitimate and it's useful. So there we go. And yes, that is so pretty. So I'm just sensing overall, if we could summarize this, we're sensing a lot of power. We're sensing a lot of kind of like the engine's revving. It's revving internally, and you get to go somewhere, and you're going to encounter challenges along the way. And you need to be your first priority. You need to be your own first priority, because that's what you get to do here. That's like your job here. That's what you get to do here. And you don't have to be perfect. Weave together the crown you deserve. Weave together the crown you deserve. Take action to create what it is that you want, because you deserve what you want. You deserve what you want, and you deserve to give yourself what you want. Okay? Okay. Okay, I feel like we're, okay, I was like ready to be done, and I'm feeling like there's one more thing to pull. Okay, we're gonna pull a final closing card from Spirit of our highest and best only, a final closing card, a message for us today. Okay, this is so, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. And this just fell, so we're gonna revisit that, but this is stunning, okay? It says, don't be afraid to sing. Don't be afraid to sing. Whatever it is that you're trying to let out, whatever it is that you have, that message, that beauty, don't be afraid to sing. Don't be afraid to let it out. Don't be afraid. Look at those mermaids. This reminds me so much of the Three of Cups too. Look at those mermaids holding hands. Number 43. They're weightless, they're glorious, they're flying in the sky amidst the beauty and perfection of that celestial galaxy that we're a part of. What? You know? And gold. You don't need someone else to fix you, right? We don't need someone else to fix us. We do not. We do not need someone else to fix us. We've got this, okay? And we never needed those wings to fly, and justice is coming. Okay, so the big message that I'm pulling out for us collectively right now is that we get to soar, and we have, if we want to, we get to soar, and we have to soar. It's our like divine will to be soaring. So if we're not soaring, we're gonna be pushed to soar. We know we're going to be pushed out there. Something is going to be calling us. Something is going to be pulling us forward. We're going to be longing for something because that heart's desire wants to be expressed, because that is your, like your full, you know, like, oh my gosh, your full expression. Like, how beautiful is this expansion, right? How beautiful is this expansion? So can we please be expanded? How beautiful is this expansion, right? So that is our message for today. Thank you for being here. Let's take 3 breaths together to ground in this message. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, Yay, that was so good. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I love it. I love this. I love us. I'll be back tomorrow. So I will see you then. Bye, friends.